Hi, everyone, and welcome to Just Wing It with Blake and Jamie. Thanks for coming in. Hi, Paprika. Oh, you were wondering when? Yeah, I was. I wanted to make sure with Blake that he was okay for today. And he said he was. Hi, Lily. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. It's been a long day at work this week. It's like, is it Friday yet? No, I didn't because I was holding off to see if he was, and by the time he said he was, it was like I was. Yeah, I just didn't. I'm sorry, Paprika. I gotta do better at that. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Dee Dee. Thanks for coming in. So, what did everyone eat tonight? I had Hi, Carter. Thanks for coming in. I had Progresso canned soup of New England clam chowder. Well, hello, Blake.
Hello, hello. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing good. It was a long, eventful couple days. So,
Awesome. I just asked
excuse
the
me.
chat what they ate today. Dee Dee had chicken and rice, and Ken says pulled pork in the works. Love his pulled pork. Alice. So what'd you
I
eat?
like pulled pork. Uh,
Oh,
I
I
had
love it.
two little oven pizzas, like personal pizzas.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
thank you,
good.
Paprika. You. It's Hey, I remembered yesterday to remind people about the podcast, and then
I
Blake
know you
just
did,
got
and
inundated with
then
work.
literally, I saw it on Facebook because I had a second to scroll, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot. I need to let her know that I'm gonna be at work all dang day. So yeah, I
Yeah.
apologize about yesterday, guys. I didn't go. I didn't get. I went to work at 9, and I didn't get off till 11 that night. So it was a
Wow.
long day.
Yeah, with this weather coming, I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
excuse me.
I guess
Sorry.
I, I guess school is canceled for Bentley because I guess in that area there's going to be ice. I don't think we're getting ice in the area I'm in, but um yeah.
So um, last night
Hi,
that's why
Cheyenne.
we. Hey, Cheyenne.
Your bean
That
salad.
that's why. Oh, I forgot what my train of thought was. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Cheyenne, I'm glad you're in here because the movie we're reviewing is Deepwater Horizon, and I know you weren't obviously on that, but Cheyenne used to do stuff on the oil rig, and wasn't she like the Jimmy of her oil rigs in Midland? Or am I wrong, Cheyenne?
No,
Hi.
I think you're. She hasn't. So whenever she did the oil field stuff, I believe she was just selling safety equipment. I don't think she was
Oh,
doing anything else.
oh, okay.
I may be
Hi,
wrong
Mello.
though.
Thanks for coming in. Oh, you did safety on land rigs. Yeah. Um, so this will, um, she inspected the rigs. Yeah. So you were the people that were supposed to come in and inspect the cement that they refused to inspect, right?
Well, not necessarily. Uh, the setup that you would use on a land oil rig is a lot different than an offshore.
Got it. Well, yeah, I'm sure it is. Deepwater Horizon was bad there. Oh no, Mela. It was because it was off the Gulf, right? And you're in Mississippi, so that might have been. Yeah, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
anywhere, any of the cities on the Gulf or states on the Gulf got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, it's so, and I use that prime example of this movie of when you're under budget and you're behind the timeline, that people start cutting corners and they don't want to listen to safety concerns. And I use that prime example of why you have to listen to um, safety concerns in my training that I do for Lean Six Sigma at the hospitals, because so many times people might voice a concern, and if somebody doesn't listen to them, then a patient is harmed.
Um, yeah, that's fair. That's a good assumption. I think that this is a movie directed at a certain audience, albeit it's got everybody knows about the Deepwater Horizon and what happened, but you know, this movie is directed for
Yeah,
uh history buffs and the oil field community that loves stuff like this. But uh, you're right. It is it's watching nature become untamable. We do a lot of things in this world that make no sense how we do it, to me personally. Like it seems it's out of our reach, but nonetheless we still do it. And this is a prime example of whenever you bypass every single precautionary step or obvious warning sign in front of you just to achieve a end result, which at the end of the day will cause more problems than good. I mean, this is just, if you know history, then this would have never happened. Uh, Chernobyl is a good example of something like this, a natural disaster, but yet all caused by human error.
yeah. And did sales safety first, then went to HSE department at a drone company. Yeah, it did kill sorry, Mela. I think if I remember, 11 people died that day. Um, Safety is so important, and that those black belts are important. Yes, that's my job at the hospital, is trying to make sure everything's put in place so patients aren't harmed. Um, no, I haven't watched Landman, and your lungs are bad, and it put me in. Yes, Mela, and you got to be an advocate, because people make mistakes in the hospitals all the time, and you got to make sure that they're following all the procedures and not cutting corners because they're short staffed or whatever they want to say in the hospital. So
I've always been the one that is I'm willing to shut everything down, and I don't care what you look at me and think about me for it. But I don't know. I've been that guy a couple times within good reason.
well, that's good. We need more people like you, because I mean, look at all these disasters that happen. A lot of the times disasters happen because people are feeling pressured, because they don't want to get yelled at, because they're 50 million over budget and 43 days behind their deadline, so they're gonna not do the inspection of the cement. And I loved how he said cement. Cement. He would always say cement. I say cement.
Yeah,
Landman.
no.
A landman is a perfect example of cutting corners can get you killed. Our mom has always told us, do the right thing even when no one is looking. Yes. Yes. Your mom is very smart, Cheyenne. Oh, you don't get to eat, Ken. No, I'm kidding. So, but but anyway, so what did you all? Let's first. I know I got ahead of myself because I saw Cheyenne and I remembered talking to her about this very movie because I did the Six Sigma training for the department when I was at her hospital, and then she told me a little bit about her experience with the rigs. So what on a scale of 1 to 4? What did everyone rate it?
Well, from a movie standpoint, I felt like it was ran through. They were just trying to make a point and be done with it. Is how I felt watching the movie exactly. Um, it wasn't A class listing from this A class actors. I just felt they were just chasing a little bit of money for a story that we all knew, and I give it a 2, honestly. As far as a movie standpoint, it wasn't the best of movies, but yet it was a great story that we all wanted to hear.
Yeah, yeah, yes, Cheyenne Ford. Ken's just being a goof. So, what do you rate it?
2, I said 2.
Oh, did you? Okay. Um,
Yeah.
so what do you think the point was? Was it the point that people just weren't refused to do the safety precautions, or what do you think the actual point was then?
Well, that too, and just to, I think the sense that I got from the movie was giving its best attempt at giving the layman an opportunity to understand what happened. Does that make sense? Like somebody, I mean,
Yeah.
before I watched this movie, I even worked in the oil field and I didn't know half the things they were talking about. I just, it's for you to really understand everything that's going on, you'd have to be in the business or something. That's why I say, you know, you would probably rate this movie a lot higher or lower depending on whether you're in the field or not, knowing whether it's accurate or inaccurate as far as that. But to me personally, I just got the sense that it was a cash grab at an opportunity for a story to be told.
Well, isn't that all a lot of movies? I mean, look at a lot of these movies that like what is it, Patriots Day with Mark Wahlberg with the bombing and all that. I mean, isn't that a lot of the movies though?
Yeah, I think the Mark Wahlberg one with Patriots Day hits a little bit closer to home for him personally because he's from Boston.
Well, yeah.
So, uh, I, 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 I don't know if that's the best example, but this is a good example for Mark Wahlberg. I mean, he didn't know half the hit. I mean, I just know, I just watching it and hearing the dialogue and the way that he played his character, it seemed veneer. It seemed like it was set up and it like just half-ass acting, in my opinion. He's done a lot better. I didn't see any effort out of it. That's why I say, as far as a movie sense, it was a 2.
Okay.
What gives it all at least a 2 in my opinion is the great special visual effects of seeing like what an oil rig looks like when it blows up and stuff like that. It's a good representation in that sense. But
Yeah.
I just
She says, I think it's informational to how being safe is important. That's okay. All agreed at play. And Mela says, it was in my backyard. All the dead sea creatures and animals and beaches covered. Oh my goodness. That had to have been
yeah,
awful. That's too
for
bad.
years there was a cleanup. Oh, excuse me,
Oh,
I'm so
yeah.
tired, guys. There was a cleanup going on out there. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the blast in Oklahoma was devastating. There's been a lot of horrible disasters that's happened, and It's and they're starting to make it sounds like and you know what? I honestly think you're a little bit right on that, Blake. Is that I don't know what happened in Hollywood, but the they're grasping at ideas for movies, so they're trying to make a movie out of real life things because they don't have any creativity left in the Hollywood. It seems like it's like all their creativity is gone, so they have to try to take real life events and try to make a movie out of it to make money and make movies.
Well, I personally, I love movies like that. I love to see an accurate representation of a natural disaster or a, you know, a following of an event that happened in history.
Yeah,
Something that, those are kind of things that I really enjoy. But it deters me a little bit when I notice that the movie is, uh, I mean, you just gotta really, really know your character. If you had somebody who had a little bit of a background in oil field lifestyle, I feel like for example, right now, Landman, Billy Bob Thornton would have done great playing a role in this movie. He could have done what's his name's job, the one that Kurt Russell played. I felt
oh
like he
yeah,
could have done
Jimmy.
really good in that position. Yeah.
Yeah. um Cheyenne says it was in January 2019. Oh yeah. It says my cousin made a ton of money with waste management cleaning that up. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. N- the fires in LA. Okay, I'm gonna look really stupid right now, but I've been trying to. I don't watch the news or anything like that, and I been work has been crazy. I heard something about wildfires in California, but why would they make a? What's happening with the fires in LA that might go to a movie? I don't know. Is that what you're trying to say? Oh, Brentley says hi, Blake.
Hi, Bradley.
You gotta say his name.
Mm,
so,
hello.
um, so tell me about the fires. I know it's off
Mm,
subject.
I know that there's something going on in LA right now. There's a big fire. Uh, Lakers basketball coach JJ Redick, his house was completely destroyed in the fires. That's about
Oh
all I
wow.
know that as of right
Okay.
now.
I might have to go look now that you guys told me this. Ainsley says hi too now.
Hi, Ainsley.
Detrimental fire in Cali. Yeah, I'll have to look that up now to see what's going on there. But okay, so Blake didn't like this one as much.
Well, I mean,
What was
no, don't, no, the don't. I wouldn't say that I didn't like it. I just
well you
want to give it
rated
an.
it?
I just want to
Okay.
give it an honest movie review. As far,
Well,
I love the story. I think this is a great thing for people to learn or should know about. And then if you're somebody that likes a rabbit hole, this is a great place for you to start to learn about the Deepwater Horizon. But if you want to get down to it and everything that came along with it, go do more research somewhere else. Don't use this as your main source because it's a lot
oh
of
yeah,
Hollywood.
yeah. No, I get that. Um, oh, LA is pretty much all in flames. Oh wow. Hi, Foogie. Thanks for coming in. Long time no see. Watch Dirty Dancing next. And she's already throwing out the next movie idea.
Hey, that's a classic. That's a
Yep.
rewatchable. Everybody
Yes,
loves
it
Dirty
is.
Dancing.
Don't put
I
baby in
would
the
pick
corner.
uh, uh, I would pick Roadhouse before that one though, personally.
Check check out the Mariana Trenches. Uh,
There's
What?
there's a lot of good movies about these, like that. Had they been a little bit more passionate, we would have loved the movie a little bit more, I think.
Yeah.
Um, have you seen that movie 127 Hours with
Yes.
James Franco?
Yeah. That was a pretty
That's a
good
true
one.
story.
Melly Mela says, I guess they drained the water and now don't have water. The governor's in LA? Oh my gosh, why would you drain the water when they're on fire? What the heck? That is just crazy. The new road. I
I
don't
know.
know. I can't remember if I've seen the new Roadhouse. I know I've seen the one Patrick Swayze. I'm not sure about the new one.
Roadhouse is
Oh,
old. That's been around forever.
yeah. Oh my goodness, Paprika. That's awful. Oh,
I
I
love
love ocean movies
Roadhouse.
too. Because I love the ocean. I just love the ocean. Even though I've
Mm,
never lived by it, but I love
I don't
it.
know. I'm on the fence about it. We are not dominant out there. Like we are way away from our food chain whenever we start getting into big
Um,
bodies of water.
no, you can still fish and eat.
Not without a boat.
Well, yeah, you get a boat.
What if you don't have one? You're dead.
Well, you don't go on the ocean if you don't have a boat.
My point exactly. What happens when your boat sinks? What are you gonna do?
Take a life jacket and swim and run away from sharks.
Yeah, I guess you got it all figured out then, don't you?
No. Trust me, I have reoccurring dreams of my dreams that are constant. It's it might be a little different like picture, but the same plot is me always swimming and I can't swim, trying to swim as fast as I can to get out of the waters before a shark eats me.
I just know that
And so I don't
that
know
would, if
why.
that happened, I would be. You wouldn't catch me doing any of that. I don't understand why people like to go out in the water. We're the least bit likely to survive out in the water.
Cheyenne says she just watched Free State of Jones and that was insane. Saddam and Gomorrah. But
Uh, it's Sodom,
Saddam. Why
Sodom and Gomorrah. It's a story in the Bible about these two cities that were unholy that got turned to salt.
oh really? I don't
Hmm.
know that one. I don't know that one.
Yeah, got
But
destroyed.
all right, so let's do the IMBB. Oh wait, first, what was everybody's favorite scene? My favorite scene was when he was hugging his wife and daughter after he survived.
Um, I think it is, just the accumulation from the point that they get off of the helicopter to the moment that the explosion happens. All of that in between there is the meat of the movie, the meat and potatoes, and everything beyond that, before and after, is 100% Hollywood. So I like to discredit a lot of it. Um, but even at the beginning, the cool thing about this is the movie opens up with the actual court hearing that happened after the fact. You hear the real Mike Williams telling his story and what happened there. I think my favorite is certainly watching all of the opportunities that they could have had to stop this and cut that pipe, and they just continuously didn't do it and didn't do it and didn't do it until it finally was just impossible to cut.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheyenne said fire and salt for the Saddam and Gomorrah. Mela says, not if you cover everything in oil or shrimp took a big, oh, I bet, Mela. Oh my gosh, I could have just imagined. Ken's favorite scene was when he chucked the girl off the tower. Actually, I really like that part because she wasn't going to jump and she probably would have died if he didn't just chuck her.
Yeah, they both would have died because you notice as soon as he pushed her, he ran back and he had to get a running start. And then as soon as he jumped off, that whole thing engulfed in flames behind him.
Yep. Yep, when he jumped with her. Yeah, that was a good scene as well. Where he saved
But
her.
that is also actually a true part of the move of what happened in real life. Mike Williams, the real guy, did save Andrea from getting off of the. They were the last two to get off of the Deepwater Horizon.
So he really chucked her?
Yeah, he really did all that. That was a true part. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that part, that's nice though that they put that part in.
If you'd like, he had a an interview on 60 Minutes. You should go look it up. Mike Williams, 60 Minutes, Deepwater Horizon. So a really good interview. You should check it out if you'd like to hear from him firsthand about what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so the IMDb.
Yes. All right. Give me a minute.
While he's doing this, what other than Dirty Dancing, is there any other suggestions for next week?
Remember the Titans.
Blake says, remember the Titans. Cheyenne said Dirty Dancing. I think that was Cheyenne, wasn't it, Cheyenne?
I think so.
Yeah, Cheyenne said that.
So that's her favorite movie. That's the only reason she's saying that.
Remember the Titans is a great movie. Cheyenne says. Cheyenne says, do you do just movies or shows? Well, we could do a show, but it's kind of hard to pick because it's not like. I don't know.
I mean, we would have to do a series like I don't know. We'd have to do a certain number of episodes to either cover one episode or a collective of a certain amount. Like we could do a whole pod about a series, a season, however, but it would take some time. We'd have to cover it in more than just one episode.
Yeah, I mean, because people aren't going to have time to watch a whole series before a podcast. So I think it would be harder to do a series or a show.
I mean, we could we could break it down into seasons or something like that, but nonetheless, it's still a lot.
Ken says James and the Giant Peach. Really, Ken? Isn't that like a kid's cartoon, like from a long time ago?
I think so. That one's. I ain't getting behind that one. I'm not a fan of
that. Mela says 47 meters down. Is that movie about the Megalodon, or I can't say it. I'm saying it wrong. Where they have to go 47 meters down to see it or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not with that. I think that really escapes our rewatchables list or criteria.
Cheyenne says, so the show called Lockerbie Bombing on Hulu, and that was a good one. So is it a series though, Cheyenne? Because I think it would be hard to figure out like what show we're gonna.
Yeah, I'd rather stay away from doing a TV show as of now. Have we ever done the Green Mile? Have we done that one
No,
yet?
no, but
I
remember
would.
last week you mentioned it, but we just had Tom Hanks on the Forrest
Right.
Gump.
Oh, well, let me reverberate back to that one. Let me
Oh,
go back to. I would like to bring that one back up for.
Mellow Yellow says it's not the shark movie I'm thinking about. She says no. Oh, it was filmed in a pool. I don't know.
I
So
don't know.
so far we have James and the Giant Peach. Alyssa says it's not what I'm thinking of. 47 meters down, James and the Giant Peach, Dirty Dancing, and the Titans movie. Remember the Titans?
I like that one. I like Remember the Titans. It's a great movie. We are the also a
We
true story.
or Blake says Green Mile.
Or the Green Mile. Yeah, like
Anybody
the
but
Green Mile.
you. Alyssa says Shiloh. I don't know what that is.
Shiloh. Wow, I haven't seen that in forever.
I don't know what that is. I don't think I've seen it.
It's a movie about a beagle.
It's a what?
It's a movie about a beagle.
Oh, a beagle.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
let's
the
take some votes now that we got plenty of suggestions.
I will vote left or right for uh Remember the Titans or the Green Mile, whichever one of
Okay.
those win. You got my vote there. The other two, I don't feel like make our. We shouldn't vote on because they're not in our. They don't fall in our rewatchable.
Well, you never know.
I don't know. I mean, uh, I feel like more people have seen, like the Green Mile than they have James and the Giant Peach.
Well, you're probably right about that because I've seen the Green Mile and I don't think I've seen James and the Giant Peach.
Mm-mm.
We do all kinds, Cheyenne.
Or 47 meters down. I think I've heard about that. Something about a giant shark. And
Well, no, Mela says it's not the movie I was thinking about.
uh,
So it might be good. We could try that one. What do y'all think about 47 meters down? Cheyenne says, did you hang up your Larry Bird picture?
yeah, it's over there on the wall behind the fan.
That was so sweet of you to get it. Last week he showed us all, Cheyenne. Um, okay. IMDb.
Did we pick the movie? We're already stuck on. Let's pick the movie before we
Oh,
move on.
any other votes?
I say we stick to the criteria. Uh, Movies we all know by heart, pretty much. This one I don't. This one barely made our list, but and that's only because I think it's. I mean, I've watched Deepwater Horizon just in passing. I'll put that on. I own it. It's the only movie that I own on my Apple TV.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The cage broke. That's right, Mello. Cheyenne says, prove it.
Um. It's right there behind the fan. You can kind of see it.
Anybody else in the chat? We have a vote.
I think you should do Remember the Titans or the Green Mile. That's my vote. So we should pick.
Yeah, Cheyenne, but he rated it too. Yeah. All right. If nobody is saying anything, should we do the Green Mile? Is everybody okay with the Green Mile?
I love it. If you haven't seen this movie, this is an opportunity to change your life.
Cheyenne's like, okay, cool.
Because she knows this is a good movie.
Okay,
She ain't gonna
Ken
put
says,
much fight.
Ken says definitely. Oh, now Cheyenne says, remember the Titans.
She's just making it complicated. Girl, pick the Green Mile and stop getting in everybody's way so we can read this IMDb.
Just, I'll keep looking at the chat. Read the IMDb.
We got time. We still got a whole nother 20 minutes to make up for.
Yes, we do.
Golly, Cheyenne. I said, can we just pick the Green Mile? Can we veto everyone else?
Well, you and Ken say the Green Mile.
What is it, 2-1 right now?
Yeah. Oh,
2-1 on everything else.
Lily says Green Mile. Okay, so Green Mile it is, you guys, for next week. But
Perfect.
next week we gotta let the chat vote, or the chat let the chat pick. And even if you don't like it, Blake, you gotta watch it.
Be prepared for a long movie. This is a Green Mile isn't just a sit and get up and go movie. You're gonna have to sit and be prepared for it because it's long. It's like It's like 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
Ken says Green Mile is so much better than a sports movie, and Cheyenne's like, sports movies are a staple in my house. Yeah, look at your brother with all of his walls.
I'm not arguing with Ken though. I think that dramatized movies are way better than sports movies because I don't know. That's just watching sports is not watching a movie to me.
Cheyenne says we have to do after the Green Mile. But okay, so next week we're gonna take whatever the chat wants, not what Blake wants.
Yes, ma'am. We don't have to pick me every time.
No, this time we will. Next time, no.
Chat, keep us in a rewatchable category though. Remember our criteria, okay?
But it could be a rewatchable for them, Blake.
Fair enough.
Remember, everybody has their own ideas of what's rewatchable. Like, I love Beauty and the Beast. I'll watch that over and over and over again. But to you, do you think you're going to watch it over?
That's her favorite cartoon.
I love it. So
that's her favorite Disney movie.
Yes, I think I've seen it. It's been so long, but yes, I remember it was a good movie, Cheyenne. Okay, IMDb. We've been way off track for too long.
That's all right.
Actually, next week I'm gonna let Mela pick the chat or the movie because she is new and she's been so interactive, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And then the next week, Paprika gets to pick. But she's
I'm sorry I keep you guys keep changing on you guys and I don't give you a set day, but I really try my best. So I apologize about yesterday, but we're here right now. So
don't worry about that.
All right. Deepwater Horizon. This is a 2016 movie, an hour and 47 minutes long, and it is PG-13. It is the true dramatization of the worst oil spill in history when the offshore drilling rig called the Deepwater Horizon exploded. um, we got this. Who's Peter Berg? I've never heard of him. He's a director, but I don't know any of the movies by him. All right, the trivia on this: an oil rig was built just for this film. The rig is located in Charlemagne, Louisiana, where filming mostly took place. Director Peter Berg claimed it was one of the largest practical sets ever built, constructed of 3.2 million pounds of steel in a 2 million gallon water tank. How about that?
Wow.
That's insane. A lot of oil field workers in the Gulf of Mexico were against making of the film because they felt it could dishonor the men who died during the actual event. However, Mike Williams, one of the survivors, was all in for the film and worked on it with the crew along with other survivors of the event. He felt it was a good way of showing people the circumstances that the crew members went through and that the goal of the film crew was to make it look as real as possible. The producers of the movie contacted Mark Wahlberg and told him that they wanted a screen combo with an older and a younger male lead together. Mark Wahlberg started to contact some of the old actors he knew, like Jack Nicholson, but to his surprise, the producers wanted Wahlberg to be the older lead with someone like Dylan O'Brien playing the younger one. How about that?
Wow.
He was originally supposed to play
Jimmy?
yeah. That it probably would have worked too. But
Yeah.
I feel like we saw more of Mark than we did Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Graham McGinnis, who played the Coast Guard lieutenant, is an actual active duty Coast Guard helicopter rescue swimmer stationed
Wow.
at USCG Air Station in New Orleans. Mhm. How about that? That's pretty cool. Trace Adkins was the angry old man dad when he's asking, "Do you know my son? Have you seen my son?" At the end, the
That's Trace
old the ma-
Atkins?
that was Trace Adkins. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
I would not have guessed that.
uh, Peter Berg, the director, is the guy who he talked to as soon as he stepped off the helicopter getting onto the Deepwater Horizon. He told him, "You got to go talk to Vadrine." He was telling him what he had to do, and that was the director of the movie, so he wanted a little cameo in it.
Oh, wow.
Um, let's see. Let me go back. Uh, oh goodness. Pardon me. Give me a second. Loading isn't quite the fastest.
At least you have a separate iPad. I don't.
um. Oh yeah. Uh, are you playing this off of your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, so you just have your phone? You don't have a laptop or nothing?
Mm-mm. Nope. I
Oh.
always do this off my phone. So I want to be able to do that and do the live. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Um.
Maybe, maybe at some point I'll be as techy as you and get an iPad.
So see, there's a whole list of Uh, there's a whole list of things on this on the IMDb about what actually happened versus what they showed you in the movie. For example, Halliburton was the company responsible for cementing, not Schlumberger. The Schlumberger crew had different responsibilities on this well.
Oh,
uh,
I bet that company bad then if they
well,
falsify.
I bet you the reason that they let Schlumberger say it was them was because Halliburton didn't want their name tied with the movie. That's a bad business move, in my
Well,
opinion.
it was bad to falsify and put the blame on that other company, whatever the name is, because now people are going to think bad about them, and it really wasn't them.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, Survival courses attended by oil rig staff every so often teach a special technique for jumping into the water. The life jacket should not be worn but held in hand. This is to stabilize the body during the fall and to avoid being decapitated upon entering the water at great speed. The life jacket floats near the point of impact, and the jumper will normally emerge close enough to it to don it inside the water. That's cool.
Wow. I'm
I,
surprised they showed you in the movie that they had life jackets on and then jumped.
mm-hmm.
They had it on. That's
Right.
like gonna teach people different. I would never have known. I would have not have thought about being decapitated if I jump in the water.
No, especially not by my own life jacket.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
just before the onset of the blowout, visiting BP staff are wandering around the dairy floor in their smart shirts. This is a major breach of safety rules. No one ever steps on a derrick floor without protective equipment. Similarly, Andrea should have permanently donned a coverall, and Mr. Jim normally, before anything else, don his coveralls upon dismarking from the helicopter. Another thing I noticed, I was like, these guys would not be out here just wearing regular company man clothes. Like, you were on an official rig that needs clearance from the Coast Guard and all this. The least you're going to do is make sure you're wearing your safety gear.
Which I'm surprised this movie is all about, like how they breach safety and that's what caused
You
the
would
explosion.
think,
So
and that's just one of the things about this movie that really only made it a 2 for me. I figured out and found out all these little things about this movie, and I'm like, gosh, man, there's just so many things they got wrong versus what they got right. And it
see, I
was,
didn't know. I didn't know all that. I just liked the movie and the
it's
story.
like try and sit down with somebody that was in the military and watch a war movie with them. They'll tell you, what the heck, this is just, that's not how that works, that's not how that works, or
Well, just like me in the medical field, if I watch a movie
I
about
bet
like a
Grey's
medical
Anatomy
doctor,
makes you want to pull your hair out, doesn't it?
I never watched it
uh, mm,
because of that reason. I never watched ER. I've never watched a lot of those movies because or shows because of that very reason.
my mom liked them a lot. That's what she loved watching those.
Because I would be like, no, because like even when we watch movies and there's a little like medical scene, I'm always like, that would not happen because of X, Y, and Z or whatever. And Ken's like, oh my gosh. But he's the same way with cars. Like if they have like a car and he's like, oh my gosh, they're making it sound like they're shifting. That car wouldn't have a manual. It has an automatic and it wouldn't sound like that. Like he makes comments
Yeah,
about cars all the time because he was a mechanic, right? And so I
yeah.
guess whatever profession you're in, um, oh, you have pulmonary costochondritis. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Mela. I'll be thinking of you. Yeah, like Man has so many things that are cringe. Like cringe because it's wrong or
I think it's cringe because Not that it's wrong, but you know what's right, and like you're just like you're doing that wrong.
Well, I mean, like, well, yeah, yeah, exactly, and that's why it annoys me. Like in medical movies or medical portions, of the movies is like, okay, that's not even real. That doesn't even look real, or that doesn't even
Yeah,
like that. Not even right. It's like,
that is not how we do things. Whatever they're saying.
yeah, and I'm like, just put me in the movie. I'll act it right. I mean,
I don't even need to. I could do this in my sleep.
I've been off the floor for a while, about 14 years, but I could still play the part correct in the movie.
See, that's how I felt. I felt like I could have done that too. A lot of the
Oh,
stuff, a lot of movies that I see, like if I feel like I could have done that, oh, put me in the movie. I would have a listed this. I don't even
well,
need no acting gig.
exactly. Cheyenne says, for example, the way they wear their hard hat and what kind of gloves they. Oh yeah, I bet. Oh my gosh. And um,
Uh,
landmark. I think you mean landman. Seems like it's pointing out the absurdity of the business of oil. Oh yeah. I don't know if
I don't know.
I know I have not seen that movie, but
You'd be surprised about this though. Listen to this. Um, the budget for this movie was $110 million, and opening weekend it bombed. It only made 22 million, and
really,
then
with Mark
gross U.S. and
Wahlberg.
Canada it made 61 million, and worldwide total 121 million. So they spent 110 million to make 11 million
11.
dollars.
And with Kurt Russell and Mark Wahlberg and the his wife Kate Hudson, three major actors, and and it bombed. I'm so surprised.
I wouldn't say that it bombed overall, but it certainly I don't think it made the impact that they thought they were. This is like peak Hollywood, do whatever the heck you want 10 years ago and we'll give you as
Hmm.
much money and we don't care. They thought that
Wow.
this was the time to just go crazy. I remember the early or the mid 2010s and
Yeah,
how
but
movies were right there.
With Mark Wahlberg, every, everybody just loves him. I
Mm.
don't know if anybody doesn't like him. I mean, he's a great actor. And he's got a great like storyline, and he just seems
He's
like
got
an
a good
overall good.
pickle joint.
Yeah, I mean, he just seems like a good person overall. I
Uh,
mean, obviously, he might be different in person, but that's why I would never want to meet a celebrity, because it could change my perception of that person.
just make you
Because
sad. Yeah.
yeah, it'll probably just disappoint me, because and I get that they get like people swarming all over them all the time, but you chose that, and we're the ones paying your salary, and some people get to like where they think that their crap don't stink and they don't care how they treat their fans.
How
And
much can you take though? Like before it's just I
but
mean, every
but
single day of your life, I'm giving you a pass. I'm not gonna. Are you really? I mean, yeah, you're gonna be in the spotlight, and there's gonna
yeah,
be
but
that
you
one
chose.
day that you did something wrong or something bad. 20
But if
people are gonna see the bad thing you did, but only one saw the good thing you did the day before.
But you knew that going into being famous. Everybody knows if you're famous, what happens. Every little thing is in the spotlight, and they twist what happens. Everything gets twisted. They don't know the truth and all that. And
I don't know. I don't know.
And
I can't hold that against a person. No, nobody is completely, you know, just happy and having a good day all the time. And
well, no.
it's only highlighted even more that you're in the spotlight. So they're not
Mhm.
allowed to have bad days, it seems. And I'm like, that's just impossible to be perfect. So I
Yeah,
would never try to hold that to them, but
yeah. Well,
most of them are famous, they're snooty, they know it, they don't care, and
exactly.
yeah, and that's just their life.
Yes, it was a great crew. Yes, and John Malkovich, I forgot about him too, Ken. Hi, Tamika. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Um, all right, so we're almost at the end. And remember, you guys, we're gonna watch Green Mile next week, and
And my voting privileges have been taken from me.
yes. And the riddle of the night is, which fish costs the most?
Which fish cost the most?
Hmm.
The goldfish.
Yes, the goldfish. Very good. All right. All right. Blake, do you have any last words? And and Tamika got it right. She comes in and just on fire. Ken, I hope you're getting the quote. All right. Last words,
um,
Blake.
Appreciate you guys coming in. The longer we talk about a movie, that means that we did something right. So I appreciate you guys being active in the chat and keeping the subject up. We'll look forward to having you next week for one of my favorites, and Green Mile. Love it.
Yes, we really appreciate you all coming in. Thank you so much. And remember, you're all beautiful inside and out. Don't let anyone make you think differently. And the quote of the night comes from Benjamin Franklin: a place for everything. Everything is in its place. Great quote. Have a great night, everyone.
See ya.